Everyone, I'm Coach Josh. So I've played soccer basically my whole life, but it was never a big deal. And that's mostly because where I came from in Youngstown, Ohio, it was not a soccer town like it is here in Seattle. It's more of like a blue-collar football town, super gritty. And actually, when you're driving over the West Seattle Bridge and you see the steel mill to the side, that little neighborhood is named Youngstown, and it's actually named after my hometown. And the reason for that is there's a steel mill in both places. If I would have asked my parents if I could play club soccer, that would have been like the equivalent of asking for a pony. It would have been ridiculous to ask my mom and dad to take me to club soccer. I did get a chance that when I was playing rec soccer, the high school coach noticed me and he invited me to join the varsity team. So I got to play in high school for a couple years. But when I moved on into college, I just didn't ever think that I was somebody that could play college soccer, only because the idea never even crossed my mind. It just wasn't even something I even thought to do. So fast forward a few years, my mom and dad now live in Florida. I went down to visit them in their retirement community, and they have a soccer club there. And some of them are actually pretty good playing soccer. Some played professionally. And they invited me to play, and the guy that kind of organizes it, he's taking notes on players and stuff like that, and afterwards he came up to me with his British accent and he says, "Hey mate, where'd you play?" And I was like, I put on a British accent, I was like, "What do you mean, chap, where did I play?" And he said, "Well, what club did you play for?" And I was like, "I just played when I was a kid, I didn't play soccer." And he said, "Well, you've got a really good touch on the ball and you've got an even better mind for the game. It's pretty rare." And I told him, like, "You must not know anything about soccer if you think I'm any good at it." And he said, "Well, I think I'm a pretty good judge of talent, but my daughter's the one that's really skilled in that." And I said, "Oh, what's your daughter do?" Like, I'm thinking, like, she works with the team in the retirement community. And he said, "Oh, she coaches the women's team." And I said, "What women's team?" And he said, "The women's team." And I said, "Is your daughter Jill Ellis that coaches the women's national team?" And he's like, "Yeah." So kind of after that, it got me to reflect on it and think about, all right, this guy, when he was younger, he used to work with the national team too. So he does know what he's talking about. And he saw something in me when it's too late. And it just made me reflect and wonder, how could things have been differently for me when I was younger if I had somebody that noticed something and gave me an opportunity? And it doesn't really translate to regret, because the chances just weren't there. There wasn't any opportunity where I came from. But it does make me feel a sense of pride that I get to coach at a club with Highline Premier where we prioritize ensuring that all kids get a chance to play soccer at a high level. Because to me, like, soccer is a game for everybody. And I just want to make sure that, like, kids have the chance to play soccer at a high level, because it's an opportunity that I didn't have. So I just feel really lucky that I get to do that and be out there rain and shine for those kids. So I'm really happy to be part of this community.
What does being on a team mean to you?
Friendship. Winning.
Friendship? Winning?
Having people help you.
I love that.
Having friends.
Having friends? All right, thanks guys. What does it mean to be on a team?
I think it means to, like, work with other people to become, like, a better society and, like, better, like, whatever sport you're at.
I love
or
that.
like if it's a math.
Thank you. Kirby?
Well, being on a team means, like, an opportunity for you. Like, you don't, like, want to take anything for granted. Like, you have to earn it.
I love that. Ever?
Being on a team means, like, to have an opportunity to get better and do what you
Thank you.
My favorite memory is when, not like I don't like the other team scoring on us, but it's like when the other team scores on us and, like, your team lifts you up, and, like, it just makes me feel really good.
I like playing for Highline because you can make, like, bonds that will last for a long time. My favorite Highline memory is when everybody gets together and we can just play a game. I know it's really fun.
Hi, I'm Kimberly, and I'm a proud parent to 3 wonderful children, 2 of which are a really big part of this club. I came back to the club in spring of 2023 as a widowed parent with hopes of finding a good outreach for my kids. This club has been able to guide my children with good knowledge and leadership programs. They've given my kids some structure that I couldn't give them at the time, bonded with some friends, and really guided them along the way. I wasn't able to pay for this when I started. I was really struggling, trying to juggle which children I could afford to put in what. I chose to go ahead and stick with this club because this club had something that nothing else offered me. They had some options for some scholarships. So I filled out some paperwork and I got both my kids approved. They both joined and they've been a part of this club for a few years. They ask to join every year. They seem to engage. They're building friendships outside of their community, and they're taking them along as the years go. This program is amazing. I would definitely recommend your children joining if you have a chance.
At Highline Premier, we believe that every child deserves the chance to play,
To belong,
and to discover what they're capable of.
regardless of their family's financial situation.
Our Financial Assistance Fund opens that door.
it's what allows kids to step on the field.
Wear a jersey.
And know they're part of something bigger,
A team.
a community.
A family.
When you give, you're not just covering fees.
You're fueling confidence.
Friendships.
And future opportunities.
You're making sure that every player that dreams of the game,
Gets to live it.
you're creating a more inclusive and diverse Highline community experience for all our kids.
Together, we can assure that no player is left on the sidelines.
Join us in supporting the Highline Premier FC Financial Assistance Fund.
And